first witness.
Before you do that, you made a correction about Mokoena. Sorry, I missed it.
Sorry, Commissioner Baloy. In section 2, the index is incorrectly named index to statement for Captain Maxwell Tulani Wanda. It should be Brigadier. Statement for Captain Maxwell Tulani Wanda. It should be Brigadier Mokoena.
Thank you.
Thank you. Chair, if I may then start with the first witness. It's Captain Wanda, and he has elected to swear.
Thank you. Just a matter of interest, perhaps. Why is this called a takedown and not arrest?
It's referred to in the operations arena as a takedown operation. So Captain Wanda might give us more, elaborate on why they call it a takedown. He also refers to it as a takedown operation. There must be some significance, Chair.
Oh, thank you. I'm sure it doesn't affect the merits, but I've heard this before, not for the first time now. Thank you. Captain Wanda, good morning.
Good morning, Commissioner.
Thank you. Do you swear that the evidence you are going to give is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth? If so, please raise your right hand and say, "So help me God."
So help me God.
Thank you. Yes, Ms. Nube.
Thank you, Chair. Captain Wanda, could I just ask you to please look at the bundle that's in front of you? You will see that the first section, section 1, contains a witness statement with your name on. If I could ask you to go to page 9 of section 1.
Yes, I'm there, Commissioner.
Can you confirm that that is your signature at the bottom of that page?
That is correct, Commissioner. I confirm.
Do you confirm that the statement that appears in section 1 from page 1 to 9 is your statement that was prepared for purposes of this evidence that you're giving today?
Yes, I do confirm.
And then do you confirm the contents of the statement to be true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, I do confirm.
Thank you, Chair. Captain Wanda, can we start on page 1 of your statement, please? On page 1, you deal with your background in the South African Police Services. Could you just explain to the commissioners what your background is?
Oh, thank you, Commissioner. I'm an adult male, a captain employed in the South African Police Services, Captain Maxwell Tulani Wanda, and currently attached at Local Criminal Records Center in Richards Bay, which is LCRC. I am primarily as a crime scene investigator, but I am also a photographer, videographer, draftsman, as well as the fingerprint experts, and also as the crime scene investigation manager as well. So I have got 32 years experience in the South African Police Services, and of which 30 years I've been employed as a crime scene investigator in the environment of Local Criminal Records Center, LCRC, and I've been in the rank of the captain for 6 years.
Thank you, Captain. Can you just tell us more about the Local Criminal Records Center? What is that?
A Local Criminal Records Center it's a local office at a local level or at a station where it deals with cases.
Kellogg's Cocoa Pops? Mom, please.
First, the power breakfast.
Okay, deal. Cocoa Pops?
Yes, this is the power breakfast. Want vitamins, fiber, and energy? Kellogg's Cocoa Pops.
CR and CSM, which is a criminal record and crime scene management, which is a component. And the local criminal record center is a sub-component and under the division of forensic services.
Okay. You also mentioned that you were a draftsman. What would a draftsman be doing within the police services?
It's a fully qualified, trained police officer who draws cash plans and can also, who can draw cash plans.
Okay. And in paragraph 2, you talk about your role at crime scenes. Can you just elaborate on that, please?
I'm ordinarily called on crime scenes to ensure the optimization of the form of evidence collected on point of view and to a certain collection of exhibits to take photographs, including exhibit collections, fingerprints, related cases as well. I do attend to that, and also to assist in the dispatching of exhibits from the crime scene to the respective laboratory and to ensure that the exhibits are not compromised.
And you say in your statement that you generally arrive at the crime scene after the investigating team. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Now, in paragraph 3, you would have heard the chair's question to me about takedown operations. Before we get into your paragraph 3, can you tell us why do you call it a takedown operation?
I think a takedown operation is an operation where it's a planned operation where there is a J50 has to be executed.
Okay, and the J50 would be a warrant of arrest.
A warrant of arrest, that's correct, Commissioner.
So why don't you just call it a warrant of arrest execution operation?
Well, ever since I've been in this career, that's the term that are familiar to me, and then that has been used up to my knowledge, up to the best of my knowledge.
Okay, I think then we'll stick to that term if the chair is fine with that.
No problem at all.
Thank you, Chair. So can you just tell us what is your involvement at a takedown operation as compared to a crime scene, which you referred to at paragraph 2?
On the takedown operations, my involvement will be to be on standby. When the J50 is being executed or warrant of arrest is being executed by the certain respective police officers, that will be investigating officer will be leading that team. And then later, when they do find some where there's an activity where it requires our expertise as the crime scene investigator, and then we are called later to come and process. But we are not being part of the execution of the J50 and so forth.
Okay, if we can then go to page 2 of your statement at paragraph 4. You speak about your involvement with the PKTT, which is the Political Killings Task Team. Can you elaborate on that?
Commissioner, let me start by explaining the PKTT. PKTT is a political killings task team that deals with the political related cases. I was deployed at PKTT on December 31 in the year 2023 until April the year 2025, where I was a tactical commander for LSRC, which entails leading the PKTT evidence collection team. This was a very important role to the lawful collection and preservation of evidence as critical experts of any criminal cases, and if the integrity of the evidence, collection and process is compromised, it may impact the admissibility of evidence, and it must be also that prior to joining the PKTT, I was attached to the local criminal record center in Richards Bay, where I am stationed currently as the CSI commander. In fact, I was there before my deployment to the PKTT.
After April 2025, did you go back to Richards Bay?
That is correct, Commissioner.
And why did you go back?
Commissioner, there was, our
Rise and shine, Milo.
It still exists.
yes.
So why did you go back if the PKTT still exists?
On the PKTT, it consists of a different role players, which was myself under forensics, and there was also forensics, which included LCRC and ballistic, and there was the crime intelligence in that team. But we were addressed by our project coordinator to withdraw from the team, to go back to our offices, because there was some letter of disbandment of the team. So, but the rest, like a detection team, were left behind just to oversee the dockets that they were still having on hand.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Captain Wanda, at starting at paragraph 5 of your statement, you deal with the takedown operations of 6 December 2024 and your involvement. Can you take us through how you got involved in the operation and what was the operation?
Perhaps, Captain Wanda, before you do that, let me ask a question arising from paragraph 4. And the question is, before you joined the PKTT and you were based LCRC, am I correct that you would be called out to crime scenes even before you joined the PKTT? You would be called out to crime scenes to do exactly the work that you described?
That is correct, Commissioner.
And so what difference, if at all, did it make that now you are located within the PKTT? You're a member of the PKTT. What qualitative difference did that make?
There's no difference.
Okay. So when the PKTT is at a scene, or the detectives are at a scene,
Yes.
they would call out from the LCRC
Yes.
that they require people.
Yes.
Okay. And in terms of time that it takes for you to be on the scene when you are from the LCRC or when you're part of the PKTT, did that make a difference at all?
There would be a difference, yes.
In what way? Can you explain
on
that?
the PKTT, the reaction time was much quicker compared to the LCRC.
And why is that the case? Practically, why is it that? What does that mean?
For especially, let me start on the PKTT. On the PKTT, you are there as readily available. We are 24 hours on standby. But on the local criminal record center, you are on standby as well, because we do get members standby for any serious cases. But in between, during the course of the day, you receive other cases as well that you had to attend to, different cases, as I started earlier on explaining the cases that we attend to. So the reaction time might be not the same, yes. More especially if you are called at night, you have to wake up and get dressed and also proceed to the scene. Or else the case gonna go from the station to the radio room, from the radio room to the member on standby. So that causes just a bit of a time delay.
The difference is the response time.
It's the response time, that's correct.
All right, thank you, Ms. Nube.
Thank you, Commissioner Baloyi.
Can I just follow up on that? Is the difference that within the PKTT, all the specialized teams were in one place, so it was easier to work with each other and finish an investigation, as opposed to a normal police station where if you need a specialized service, you would have to ask for it, and then the reaction time would be longer because it depended on availability of resources?
That is correct, Commissioner. That is correct.
Thank you, Commissioner Kumalo. Okay, Captain Wanda, then if we can go back to your statement, page 2, paragraph 5. I was asking you about your involvement in the takedown operation of 6 December 2024. If you could tell us how you got involved in that operation.
Okay, on the 5th of December, 2024, I was officially on duty at Majok, which is a mission area, joint operation center in Durban, KwaZulu-Natal, whereby I received a call from my commander to prepare myself to go and assist in the planned takedown operation that will be taking place on the 6th of December in Gauteng. I therefore, on the 6th of December, then myself and my other LSRC member with the 2 combat members, one was a driver and the other one was just a combat member just to give us some protection. We left at about 2 a.m. in the morning and we arrived in Gauteng at about 8:30 the same morning. And around about 9 o'clock, we met my commander in that time, who gave me a phone call on the 5th to prepare myself to go to Pretoria. And then he's the one who addressed us about the takedown operation that was going to take place on the same day of the 6th of September.
And when he addressed you, what details did he give you about the operation?
The first thing that he told us that there would be a warrant of arrest that will be executed, which involves a person or whom I didn't know that time, who was allegedly to be involved in the murder case, and the other co-accused as well, of which I didn't know him at that stage. And then after giving us that explanation, and then he became on standby up until we received a call to go and assist the team that was already on the scene.
Did he give you the names of the suspects that were going to be arrested at that stage?
No, at that stage, no. He didn't have. He sticked on just there's a suspect person. Yes.
At what point did you become aware of the identity of the person?
Upon the arrival on a certain house in Sentin, there was 2 persons that were arrested. Of one was arrested and neutralized, and one was arrested. And then I was made aware that the one who was seated inside the room in the lounge or dining room, that was Mr. Molefe.
And that is Mr. Katiso Molefe?
That is correct.
Now, can we just go to prior to you arriving at the scene? Where were you before you arrived at the scene?
We were around at district commissioners' area offices in Gauteng.
And at what time did you then go to the scene?
I can't exactly remember the time. That was just after 2. We get a call, but we arrived at the crime scene. That was about 15:25.
Okay, and at paragraph 9, you deal with what you observed when you arrived on the scene. Could you tell us about that?
Okay, what I observed when I got there to the crime scene, there was a person who was sitting next to the tennis court along the driveway, but next to the tennis court. There was a person who was seated there and who was handcuffed. And next to him, there was a firearm, 2 firearms. One was a rifle and the other one was a pistol. And a few meters away from him, on the other side of the driveway, next to the gymnasium, there was another pistol that was also lying on the ground. And then, because witness A took us through the crime scene, we took us to a certain vehicle, that was a white BMW. That car was having a rifle bag with, I think that was 3 or 4 rifle magazine loaded with ammunition. And then he also took us inside the house, where he indicated us some possible question documents, on which among those documents there was...
Before you inside the house,
Yes.
The person that you say was next to the tennis court, you say he was identified as Mr. Lehasa Muloi.
That is correct, Commissioner.
Yes. And you say that he appeared to be a bodyguard or driver of Mr. Molefe. What do you mean by that? Appeared to be.
That is correct, Commissioner.
So what do you mean by that? When you say he appeared to be, what does that mean?
Commissioner, I think I need to correct that, because when the arrest that was being made, I was not aware of what vehicle they were told about. They came with, or who was the driver of it. But the news that were circulating on the crime scene at that time, that was a possible driver or a bodyguard of Mr. Molefe.
So when you say the news circulating, so do you mean this is something you must have heard from others?
Yes,
from other police officers?
From other police officers, that's correct, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Yes.
And to your knowledge, was it ever confirmed whether Mr. Moloi was a bodyguard or driver of Mr. Molefe?
According to my recollection, I can't remember clearly that now. Yes.
Okay, thank you. I think you were dealing with paragraph 10, where witness A was taking you through the scene. Can you just tell us what you observed as you were being taken through the scene?
He also showed us before we entered the house, he showed us just a fleet of cars. Some were on the carport and some on the inside the garage, but the garage was opened. And then amongst those cars, there was that one white BMW that I mentioned earlier on, that on the back seat had a rifle